between my opinion, her opinion and her husband's opinion was not working. They were not together. Funny, now I can't remember the issue, but what came out of that seemingly impossible thought changed me. So see, they couldn't agree, they were at odds, and on and on and on, and she got thinking about that, and she forgot what the issue even was. Okay. I turned my attention to the road's shoulder and the ditches we had passed in miles of silence, not speaking to each other. And I turned my heart in a better direction to seek Jesus. In the quiet of my soul, I sought the wisdom of Jesus. The situation wasn't impossible to him. He didn't see our disagreement on what was going on. I let my emotions step back. In other words, she was mad, she was determined, she's right, her husband was wrong. That's what she kept thinking, but she wasn't saying it. I decided to step away from that. Jesus, what do you want me to do? Moments later, I swiveled toward my husband. She slid over to him, silent. I think Jesus wants me to encourage you more, I said gently. What? No defending my position, no trying to convince him I was right. That's not what Jesus told me to do. No three-point plan explaining how right I was. No. And another thing. As the Jesus-breathed sentence was spoken, peace settled deep in my heart. And the vehicle, I saw a similar peace rest on my husband's shoulder as they relaxed. Can you understand what's going on here? They were in disagreement, they couldn't agree, so they just decided they wouldn't say anything anyway. But that didn't solve anything. So what did she do? She called on the master, the one who's in control of everything. All I did was seek Jesus in a moment that seemed answerless. The solution wasn't what I expected, planned, or created. It startled me, but it perfectly fit the situation because it came from the Jesus wisdom I sought. Before you speak today, you should seek Jesus. That's what it says at the bottom. The reason I say it goes to talk about reflection last week. You know, what do you see when you look in the mirror?
Your reflection.
Your reflection, yourself. See, this woman was all in an emotion, and her husband was, and they just really just was beside themselves. That's, none of you are married, I don't mean that, but the whole thing I'm trying to point out is this was an impossible situation without God or Jesus intervening, and she knew it. So she stepped aside what she thought was right, what she decided was the best thing to do, and let Jesus talk to her. That's what Sister Pam and myself tries to tell you. Jesus sees every situation you're in, but I'm just so-and-so years old, I'm just a kid. That's a woman. That makes no difference. He's not respecter of age or people when it comes to love, am I right?
That's right.
And it comes to direction.
Absolutely.
So Pam and I were like tag team, so she can pick up right where I left off. But when I read this morning at home, part of my devotional, it's just like something in my spirit said, read it to these young people today. And see, there is Kathy. What are you doing? Sit back, babe. You take that off the table. Okay, there's nothing impossible with God. Can you understand that? It can happen even going down the road with a husband and a wife. Now, Abby, there's, how many of your family? 6?
Yeah.
And y'all don't all agree, y'all don't agree on everything. And I know you're not a parent. With a husband and a wife, with a parents tell you to do something. Sometimes you know, oh, do I have to? But you know, really in the long run, unless it's something that goes against what Jesus would teach you to do sometimes, you do it. But all you 3 sisters and JR do not agree on everything.
Yeah, it's okay. I know we do.
Right, and some things are just silly and you just do silly stuff. When it comes to serious things and you can make a decision, this woman, she had to get all her thoughts and everything she was wanting to do in the back seat of that vehicle and say, wait a minute, Jesus, I need your wisdom. It can be something as simple as, Jesus, I need your wisdom to help you decide. You may have a situation at school, or you may have a situation with some of your friends. Yes, Jesus cares about all that.